Good evening. It's Travis Kane. Welcome to Mind Break. Well, ladies and gentlemen. Shots is being fired. Literally. This is what we succumb to, everybody. It's wild out here. It is definitely wild out here. I got a big problem with this. It's saying some bold. It's giving off bold. It's giving off a bad vibe. It's giving me a bad vibe. You know, one way I'm like, shouldn't have been more detail, security detail around him? But again, he's a former vice president. A former president. So I reckon the security won't be the same as the president. But on a roof that's like 150 feet away, you would think that would be covered. You think that would at least be covered? At least they would have a man on there. And the security detail, oh my goodness. I think everybody should be fired the way they handle the thing. Let's check it out. We'll just go through a little step by step here. I think the security could have been handled a little bit better. They did what they could with the moment. But let's check it out.
Of Border Patrol, take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people.
I'm like, he's even looking in the direction. He's looking in the direction, and so is quite a few other people. I know he's pointing at something, but I find that kind of odd. I'm not saying it was staged. Not saying any conspiracies or anything. You know, I don't know his viewpoint from there towards where the shooter was at or whatnot. But I just find that kind of weird.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Now, where I'm from, you hear shots, people duck. Now, we wasn't even there and we heard shots. People could probably think it was some leftover fireworks. Yeah, I could see that. But the people in the back, let's look at this again. Let's look at that person with the black cap on to the right there after we hear the shots. And the lady right there. Oh. The lady right there with the phone. This is not what people do when shots are fired. Look at that. That lady right there in the white with the phone. That's odd. That's very odd. I'm not saying it's staged. I'm just saying it's odd. This is not what people do in an emergency crisis like this. You don't grab your phone and start videoing or even keep videoing. Let's just say she had it out already. You don't keep, no one keeps video, keeps recording. Should I say? No one keeps recording. That's weird. But I'm not saying it was staged. I'm not saying at all it was staged. Now, I want everybody to look at the reporters as well. The guys with the cameras. In the event such as this, if the president or ex-president is being shot, has been shot, or is being shot at, in any event, these people don't get to stand around like that close, taking pictures. That's no. They would have set a perimeter. There was no perimeter set whatsoever. Being that they couldn't move them, there's no perimeter being set. Watch this. Watch. This is like seeing Tom Cruise come out of a restaurant, how many pictures these guys were taking. Look, just flashing. Running back and forth from each side. And then these guys, the security detail, the what do you call special agents, whatever they call themselves, they wasn't even all on the same page.
Move, go. Hawkeye's here.
Look how disorganized this stuff is. Look at this is handled terribly. Everybody's fired.
Okay, we are watching live at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, where former President Trump was speaking on the stage.
Look at how the cameramen are able to stand right that close. And no one pushes them away. Not saying it was staged. Just saying it's weird. It's very weird. And the fact that they didn't move the president fast enough. And I know they probably had to wait for the warning or for a message that the shooter was down. Possibility. But from my understanding, they're supposed to move him. Protect and move. Protect and move. He should have been shuffled up out of there so fast, it was ridiculous. Especially if he was hit. Especially if he was hit. Everything around the president's vehicle is secure. So they knew that path at least was secure. But let's finish watching.
There has been some kind of disturbance that clearly sets law enforcement and Secret Service into motion, immediately jumping around the former president in a protective mode.
The people are not leaving. It's amazing to me how people done heard shots being fired, and this is the world we live in. We just gonna sit. We gonna hear shots, and we gonna sit around and watch. We're gonna pull out our phones and duck bullets. Well, I don't want the people to think that you can just let off shots at future presidents, former presidents, or whatever the case may be. This is not the precedent to be setting. We are not wild and crazy like that. And this is also nothing new. History tends to repeat itself a lot. But I don't know about you guys. This just doesn't sit well with me. It don't sit well at all. You know, looking at all of what's going on in everyday news, this just doesn't sit well. So not only do the people have to be on alert for violence, the people who run our government at the highest office now has to worry about violence. You know, it's looking real bleak for us. And they've been saying this for years to come. and not too much has changed in my lifetime. You had this and you had that. I've seen him try to kill former President Reagan. In my lifetime, and as a kid, that didn't sit well with me. Didn't quite know what was really going on, but just knew it didn't sit well with me. Just like this doesn't. I don't know what we coming to here in America, and what path we want to continue running down, but at some point we need to veer off this path, because this is what it's leading down to. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable, regardless of if you like the man or not. This is unacceptable. I don't want to go on too much longer. I'm Travis Kane. Like and subscribe. Comments. Leave some comments. Tell me what you think about it. Is America, are we really losing it? Are we really losing it in America? This is Mind Break.